sure everyone has noticed the growing interest in using eco-friendly plastics in our everyday lives. Most of the products that are mass-produced and disposed of in our everyday lives have such short lifetimes in our possessions, but very long lifetimes in landfills. I'm here in a forest, but as you can see, there is a lot of plastic rubbish everywhere that is going to be here for a long time because it's not biodegradable. Plastic bags are a great example of products that we use all the time and just dispose of, as well as dog poo bags and plastic packaging. The polymers that make up the plastics we use come from a non-renewable resource, petroleum, which, as we all know by now, is having a completely negative impact on our environment. So we need an alternative, a source for making polymers that is renewable and biodegradable. In this video, I'll be talking about how starch is a renewable resource for polymer production.
What's starch?
Starch is the carbohydrate that can be found everywhere in our diets, in the grains that we use to make bread, in our jacket potatoes, and in our corn on the cob. Starch is comprised of two polymers, amylose, which is a linear polymer, and amylopectin, which is a branched polymer. Both polymers are made up of the same monomer unit called D-glucose, but they differ in where the monomer units connect. In amylose, each monomer can connect at 1,4 positions, creating a linear polymer. These are called alpha-1,4 glycosidic bonds. However, in amylopectin, they can also connect at 1,6 positions, which can create branches off of the original chain. These are called alpha-1,6 glycosidic bonds. The branch structure of amylopectin results in a much higher molecular weight than the linear amylose polymer. And according to the Royal Society of Chemistry, starch is made up of 70 to 75% amylopectin, which means starch has a much higher molecular weight than usual. In X-ray diffraction, it has been found that crystallized amylopectin can form polymorphic structures, which means that they can take many forms, which makes starch an ideal source for plastics.
But how does it make plastic?
Even though starch itself is made up of polymers, it's not very useful on its own for making plastics because it's not able to flow and soften very well due to its higher molecular weight compared to other synthetic polymers, and because of the strong hydrogen bonds between amylose and amylopectin. This makes it less useful for making structurally reliable products on its own. Because of this, we need to add plasticizers to the starch. These will break apart the hydrogen bonds between the amylose and amylopectin and make it more able to flow and soften to produce products. This is called gelatinization. The addition of these plasticizers result in thermoplastic starch, or TPS for short. Examples of these plasticizers would be water and glycerol, since they can form hydrogen bonding interactions with the hydroxy groups on the monomer units. However, the new thermoplastic starch needs to be blended with other polymers such as cellulose or polyethylene due to the tendency for the plastic to become brittle once water is lost. It may seem to defeat the purpose of thermoplastic starch to add other polymers into the mix, but these polymers can be obtained renewably. For example, polyethylene can be obtained from sugarcane and can also be biodegradable. A report by Romagnolli investigated the production of this thermoplastic starch from the starch of a cassava root plant, a very abundant, non-toxic and low-cost plant grown in Brazil. They stated that they need to blend the starch with high-density polyethylene, gelatin and green tea extract. The gelatin and HDPE was added to make the plastic more flexible and mouldable for packaging. But what is interesting is that the green tea was added for its antibacterial properties. This incorporates a new benefit to the packaging as it can also prolong the product's shelf life. Here is an illustration from the Royal Society of Chemistry which shows 3 ways of which a typical film of plastic will be produced from thermoplastic starch: extrusion, compression moulding and solution casting. As we've already seen, a cool benefit from the Romagnolli report is the added antibacterial effect from the packaging. But what are the other benefits of thermoplastic starch? The main benefit is that thermoplastic starch is fully biodegradable if they are blended with other biodegradable polymers such as polyvinyl alcohol. However, if they are blended with non-biodegradable polymers, thermoplastic starch polymers will still be able to biodegrade. Thermoplastic starch is also recyclable and cost-effective. There are a lot of biodegradable packaging that incorporates this type of TPS. Here is a table that One of these being a company called Plantic, which supplies a wide range of plastic packaging for a wide range of food types. The use of this thermoplastic starch is becoming more and more popular to combat the waste that we use in our everyday lives and to switch to a more reliable and renewable source for plastics. If you would like to read more on this subject, you can visit all of the sites that I have linked below. Thank you for watching.